Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I use data extract to make a list of all the items that I'm using within my drawing. For example, in this kitchen that we used in our last tutorial, you can see there are many cabinets and also appliances and furnitures. So I will use data extract to make a table of all the items that I have within my drawing. So if we zoom into this table, you can see here we have our amounts and our total amounts of all the items we have in this drawing. Also our item code or our article code, a description of the item, the pricing of each and every item, and also a total of the total per item. So we have 2 times 250 is 500 and 1 times 150 is 150. And also grand total of all the items. So we may have an estimate of what this project will cost. So guys, without further ado, let us get into this video. Welcome back guys. So first of all, for us to be able to use attributes in your data linking, of course you will have to make attributes within your blocks. So in this drawing that I used in my last tutorial, let us use this kitchen as an example. And I will take off my external walls and I will take off my 3Ds. So let's see, all my 3Ds, select all and as freeze all these layers. So we will be able to use it. And the next thing I will want to do is first select something else like text. And I would want to take off, now let's see, loose furnitures. That is like just fixed furnitures. Let's see, most of them are fixed furnitures. You know what? Let me just select text. And let us take off our dimensions to make our drawing more, all the less important stuff we don't have to see. Now, the first thing you can do is add attributes. So type attributes, definition, and in this pop-up, this is how you make your attributes. So the first attribute I want to make is the item attribute. So the item code or the article number. I want to prompt article number. And my default will be let's just set default 00. You know what, let it just be XXX. Then we know we have to fill in something. My text, let us just keep it to 20 and I want to make it, well, I will make this visible. So let us set this item here or this attribute right here. Let us turn our drawing. It was upside down. And then I want to select this one. And I will copy this down. Let us see, about 70. And also for this one, I want the description of my item. And then I want to article description. And I would like to just say also XXX. Now here, I would like to make this invisible. So you'll go into your properties and just make it invisible. Because you do not want to have a whole description within your block. That is just an attribute to be used for your data linking. Now let us copy this one also and let us copy it down 70, just like the first one. And here I want to know the price of my article. And the price will be That's just the default XXS also. So now this one is also invisible because it was a copy of this one. So now we have our attribute set. Now you can just bring it up to the first one. Actually, since this is at the bottom, let me put this one to the bottom. 140, 70. Sorry guys. And now I would like to align this. Let us see if all of them are justified to the bottom left corner. So justify bottom. Let's see. Bottom left. Okay. So now since we have it justified to the bottom left, let us see if we can select this. Yes. So now we have it justified to the bottom left. Now let us bring this up 20 millimeters and 20 millimeters to the right. So this will be my attribute for this block. That is why I set it over that block. And the same we will do, we will copy paste this same text and we will paste it for other items. This one right here also. And this one right here. This one, and let us see, this is the same block, so you don't have to do for both of them. It's just one will be enough. This one, and this one is the same, so just this one. It's upside down right now, but I will rotate it just in a while. I'm just in a copying mood, so I will just continue to copy paste instead of having to exit the copy paste and then having to start it all back over. So since I copy everything, let's see one more thing right here. This is the end panel. So we also need an attribute for my end panel, else it won't work. Let us see which block is this. End panel 01. This one, according to me, is also end panel 01. This one is end panel 01. That's good. So that means I can use this one for this end panel right here. Now the end panels are very tricky because the end panel, you do not see a item in your end panels. So let me just set this one to invisible yes for my end panels. And let me copy paste it to my other end panel, which is this one and also this one. This one is my back panel here, right here. I want to also set an attribute for my countertop, my chairs, and what else? My exhaust right here. This one's kind of tricky because it's right here in the corner. So we will still copy this. And let's see my, of course, my stove. Let's see, where can I put the one for the stove? Let's just put it here. Let's bring this one down a bit right here. What else do we have? This end panel here. This is end panel 3. And according to me, this is also end panel 3. So we do not need to make this one the same. They are both the same regardless. So now since we have our attribute set, now you can just go ahead and rotate the ones you need to rotate. Let's see, this one we will keep this way. And this item is set to invisible, so this one doesn't matter if you rotate. You can if you want. If you don't want, you can just leave it this way. The countertop I do not want to be visible either because there is no real our countertop are mostly just custom made either way. So I just keep it that way. And of course my chair, this one can be visible so you can see the item that it's a chair. Oh yeah, and I got one more countertop right here. So I got two different types of countertops. So let's copy this attribute also here. You can set it anywhere. They are either way, they are invisible, so you won't see it either way. And let's just start rotating. Let's see, this one is visible according to me. Yes, so this belongs to this cabinet. It's not set to exactly 20 from the side like the others, but more or less the same. This one is for the end panel, so I won't rotate that one, doesn't matter. And these right here, I will rotate. So first of all, I'll rotate this one. So this one will be right here, about 20. You can also decide if you want to do it exactly. Matter of fact, I will delete these to make life easier and just copy paste this one to the others. So right here, since these are already rotated, makes it easier to just copy paste. And this cabinet right here. And of course, also my fridge. My fridge attribute will go right here. The reason why I made it to the left is because, to the right is because you don't want these two texts to overlap each other. So we made it there. This is for my countertop, so that doesn't matter. And right here we have our dishwasher. And also for our dishwasher, you need an item number. So we will keep this to visible. Let's check to see if it's visible. Yes, it is. Now, one more thing, our sink. We need one for our sink. And if you want, my sink right now do not have let's say, a separate block for my pipe, my faucet. So I will just, in my case, I will just make believe that the faucet came with the sink as one item, which is mostly not true. But for this, for the ease, to make things easier, I'll just leave it that way. Or else I would have to go in and make it two separate blocks, and that would take a lot of time. So let it just make it this way. So after you have positioned all your attributes where you want them to be, more or less, you can always change it, of course. You will go in your block editor. Now you can select your block, right click, and then click on edit block in place. Now you want to edit it in place because you want to be able to select the attributes, what we just made, and add them to your working space. So when you selected your attributes, you go up here in your, let's see, wait a minute, right here. And then you go into your, to add this to your working folder. I already made these toolbars. If you don't know how to make these toolbars right here that I added to my drawing, I would suggest you look up my tutorial about your workspace. So maybe you won't have this toolbar right here, but it is called, let me see if I can, let me hover over it, and then it will let me know which ref edit. That is what it's named. So if you don't have this toolbar, you can just right click on a gray space, go to AutoCAD, and then click on ref edit right here. And then it will be also visible as a toolbar, and you can just drag it to where you want it to be. So let us go back into selecting our my attributes, and just click this right here. This is just to add to the working set, so meaning my block. This right here was my old block name. And let us just add that to it. Matter of fact, let me just leave it this way. Just want to delete this right here. So this one is called BC08. Try to remember that. And then you just close it off by clicking save, and that's it. It will disappear. Attributes mostly disappear because I don't know exactly why, actually, why it will just be visible, but we will fix that at the end. We will fix that at one shot, so everything will be fixed in one shot instead of having to regenerate it each and every single time. Now let us add this one also to the working set of the chair. Save my worktop, edit my back panel, this one right here, and don't forget to delete your text which you had before. Now this right here is not quite positioned correctly, so I will move it 30 millimeters up. As you can see, when you're working in your edit in place environment, every block that is the same block as this one will disappear in your drawing. So don't be scared if you see that my other block, which is the same as this one, disappear. AutoCAD does it automatic because it will regenerate whatever you change here. It will also put in the other block. So it does disappear temporarily, but then it will be back when you exit your edit in place block editor. Now let us go into, oh, I have one more cabinet right here, which I didn't see, this mini small cabinet. Now let us be careful to select the correct amount, and let us just paste this right here. Now let us go into this one, block edit in place. Basically the same thing over and over and over until we're done adding all our attributes to our blocks. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Of course, I will have to remove my text that was originally there. Then we add this one also to our working folder, our working set. And cabinet 5, delete the text. Now I keep on forgetting to delete the text, guys. Sorry for that. So I have to go in again and delete it once more. Here are the same. So you can just edit in place if you want to delete the text. Is the same as block editor. Now let us do this one right here. Edit in place. Select this text right here and delete this one. Of course, if you working with blocks, you can just do this from before without having to do this after. So when you're making a block, you can just add your attributes already. In my case, I did my block and now I decided to do a tutorial about data linking. So that's the reason why I have to now add these things this way. But normally you would, while you're making your block, originally you would already add your attributes to your blocks to make life easier. Because then you won't have the extra steps that we have to do when we are regenerating the block to see those attributes that are visible within your blocks. We are nearly done here. Let us see, edit in place. Let us see, did I do this one? End panel. Okay, the end panel is here, so I think this one was related to this. Nice. Let us do this one also now. Sorry guys. Continue to forget to delete the text. Add, delete, save. Be careful not to add this one right here. If your attributes are close to each other like mine, make sure you select the right attribute. Add, delete, and save. Now my fridge, edit, add, delete, and save. Edit, add, delete, and save. And now last but not least, my countertop, edit. Oh, sorry, I forgot one more thing. So I have also my base that is under here. This one right here, let's see. Copy. There is a base there, but I did not made a 2D for my base. I decided to just make a 3D for my base. So let's just do one more add. This is for my countertop. And now I have my base, so I will put on my 3D fixed furnitures, and that is this right here. It is called base 02. So I will add that to my base. Also a text to my base. Let's just make sure they're all invisible. Yes, they are. Add and save. And let's just do it for this base also. Let us make sure it's the correct name. Base 01, yes. Edit. Add and save. Okay, so we have done all the blocks now. Now the next step is making those attributes visible. This is kind of like a tricky part. But what I learned is you go into insert and manage attributes. Then here you can see all your attributes for all your blocks. So here you can see my attribute back panel. This right here, panel 01, it has a default of, let's see, XXX. So yeah, so now you can just press sync. Let us do also for my base, my cabinet. So now you can see they are visible. Why they are visible? Because I just synced it. So now in my values, everything has a value now. So of course you would have to sync everything first. So let me just do that now. Let me just don't get too ahead of myself. Sync. So that's why I said you can do this when you're making your block. So while you're making your block, you add your attributes. one time. Then it will save you the time to have to do these steps because then it will be there already. Now this one right here, countertop 2, has two attributes, which is not good. So we will check that out just now. You see it has two of the same attributes. End panel, my fridge. Let us see what else. I call that one in Dixie. It is Dutch. My sink, my tall cabinets, and my top cabinets. I think that was it. So as you can see, all my X's are default, so it does not have any value linked to these things right now because they are all X's. Now let us go back into this countertop has two attributes, which is not correct. See right here, I added two attributes to the same block. Why did I do that? I think it's because let us see, this is my base. Yes, I added two by mistake. Sorry guys. So let us just go in my block editor. And right here, you can just delete it. Make sure they are all invisible. Well, I rather them to be invisible. If you want, you can make your item visible if you want to give it a name. And now I'll just go again into my manager, countertop 2, and sync that one also, just in case. So now you can see it only has 3 instead of 6 attributes within my block. So that was that. Now, the next thing you have to do is, of course, fill in those X's. Like right here, the item name would be, let us just call it chair 01. That's the item by the store. It's called chair 01. And it's a high chair. And it has a price of, let's say, 30 bucks per item. So you see it's filled in automatically. Now here, these two blocks, make sure you select all the blocks that are the same so that when you change this, it will automatically change for both of them. So this one was base cabinet 03. My description was base cabinet with drawers. 800. Let's see if that was 800 for real. I don't remember, guys. Double check. No, that was 700, not 800. So we will just change it to 700. And the price, of course, let's make it 200 bucks per cabinet. Now we have a corner cabinet. You can either select both corner cabinets if you want. I want to, but this one will be called, the reason why, because they're both the same price, or you can just do them one by one. Let's just do them one by one. Base cabinet 07, and this will be corner, or let me just say base cabinet corner, right. And this one will cost a little bit less than the 200. Let's make it 175. Make sure you write your description nice and neat. So make sure you check the capital letters and those kind of stuff. Base cabinet. Or was it corner left? It will also be good to put the size there because you can have multiple base cabinets and have it in different sizes. So this one is 1080. So let me just make it 108 in my description. Let us make this one also 108. and that is of course centimeters and not millimeters. So here I will also change it to centimeters to be consistent throughout all my descriptions. This one is 200, so 20. Now this one is a base cabinet 04. Base cabinet. Is that a drawer or let's see. I think that's a door. No, that's a jar, a tall jar. So let's go back. So as you can see, it's base cabinet 04. And jar, and then lettuce 20, of course. And this is kind of small, so let's just make this, let's say 75 bucks for one of those jars. Now these I would like to call it tree jars. More descriptive, more information, the better. Now here we have our, right here we have our stove cabinet, but this one will be base cabinet 05. So base cabinet, let's copy paste this because save us time when we're typing. Let's just call it base cabinet stove and give it a price of, let's say 100 bucks. Oh, by the way, this one is 60 centimeters wide. And now this right here is our, let us see. This one is 80 centimeters wide. So let us make this one base cabinet 06. Description base cabinet, of course, and then sink. Oh, by the way, 80. This one will have a price of 125. You don't have much left of a base cabinet when it's a sink over it. And this is your dishwasher. So a dishwasher has, let's call it dishwasher. And the item number is dishwasher 01. And of course, this is appliance, so this has a price of, let's just say 800 bucks. And this is a sink or a double sink with faucet. I don't know if I spelled that correctly, but I think I did. And let's say sink 01. And this has a price of 500 bucks because the faucet costs quite much. It's a chrome faucet. Let's see, this is our tall cabinet 01. Description is tall cabinet, and according to me this is 60. And tall cabinets of course cost a bit more than the low ones, so let us just make this 400 bucks. Let us make sure this was 60. Yes, it was. And this one right here is, according to me, 70. No, 80. And this one right here is 750. So 75. Yes, it is. So this one right here is our base cabinet 01. Oh, sorry. As I said, select all the blocks that are the same. Here you can see if all the blocks are the same. If it was multiple different blocks, it would, let me show you, it would have different names. So it would be varies. But once you select the blocks that are the same, it won't vary. It just tell you the name of the block. So it'll be handy to select both of them at the same time, then you can just add it. This one has 3 drawers, and this one is 80. And since the other one was 70, this one has to cost more than the other one. Let's just give it a price of 250 instead of 200, like this one right here. 3, yep. Just making sure, guys, sorry. This is our now top cabinets, 01. Now I see here we have tall cabinets, but this is not the same as this, so we cannot give it the same code. As you see, this one cannot be named TC01, and this one also be named TC01. It won't make much sense. Let us call this top cabinet, and this has, let's see, that was 80 also. And the top cabinets are quite, no, actually these are more expensive. These has glass, so let us make this 300. And I have next base cabinet here, base cabinet 02. And this also have 3 drawers, and it is 75. So also a bit more. Let's just make it 225. And this is also a top cabinet 02. Top cabinet 02, 75. This has lights and all kind of good stuff. I would just make it 300. These had some lights on them. Now we have our fridge. So my item is FR01, or whatever you, if you looked up the item and you want, you can just call it the item from the company itself. Here we have a fridge, and it is priced at 1,000. Nah, actually that's a bit much. This is 700. It is not even a double door fridge, so why would it cost so much? And then we have here next top cabinet 03, top cabinet, and this one is, let us see how wide it is. A 600 also. So top cabinet 60. Let us give it quite a cheap price. Let us go for 150. It is a very small cabinet. Now we will select our end panels. Also, you can just quick select in the entire drawing. Click block reference and by name, and then you just choose the name. So let us see end panel, end panel 1. And then what it will do, it will select all the end panels for you that are called end panel 01. So that is less problem for you. So end panel, description, end panel, sorry, end panel, high. And let us just give this a price of, what is it called? $20 or so. No, actually, yeah, $20. It's just a piece of panel. Shouldn't cost much. And we have end panel 02. I think I spelled panel wrong, like this. And it also have a price of 20. Not exactly always the same, but about. And sorry guys if my spelling is kind of off. I mostly write in Dutch and not in English. Oh, and my countertop, of course, I have to also give it an item name. Countertop 01. Countertop. And this one is a straight countertop. And of course, this costs a lot. This costs much more than anything else. It's a granite. Sorry. So let us just give it $1,000. This one is also a countertop. 02. Countertop U shape. And this one, let's give it 2,000. Actually more, 2,500. Because the other one is much bigger. I think countertop is one word, according to me. And our base for our cabinets, this is a base 02. And description, base straight. And the base don't cost much. Let's give it a price of 50. And I also have my U-shaped base. Nope, base 02. Nope, sorry, 01. Description, base U shape. And this one will cost 150 because it's much bigger than the other one. Base 02 straight 50 and the other one is 150. Okay, I think I've had everything by now except for these two right here. So first, let me look up the name for this one and the stove. Actually, the stove would just be item. What is it called? Stove 01. Built-in stove. Oh. And it's cost $500. And then you have, of course, your exhaust for a fume. So let us just call this KP01. Exhaust. I don't know the official name for it. I'll just call it exhaust, but you know what I mean. This costs $400. Okay, I think I've have everything. And for you to check that, just go into your manager. I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, I think I have everything now. I think I've have everything now. So now the next step is, of course, extracting this information and get it in a table so you can have your total price, your price, you can see everything basically. So now in the same tab in insert, you go into linking and extraction, what to say, ribbon or ribbon tab, and you select data extraction. Now I will ask you to create a new data extraction in my case, and I don't have a template. I don't also have an existing one. Let's say you made one already and you just want to refresh everything. But in this case, we will just use create a new one. And let's just not make it a template. So here you can add your the data linking name, so data extraction file. You do have to make a data extraction file. It will ask you to make this file, and it will ask you which drawing you want to have your data extracted from. So let us just only this drawing, and I want to either, you can either include all the blocks in this drawing, or you can select the items one by one. I just suggest using all the blocks, and then we can later deselect or select. Now, what AutoCAD will do, it will select everything, including blocks, non-blocks, solids, and lines, and all kind of stuff. But of course, those are irrelevant right now. We just need our blocks. So right here, you just deselect this, and I click on blocks only. So that is one step. Now the second step is, now I have all my blocks, but also my stamp or my title blocks and my logo that are also blocks. And I don't want to include that. So you can either deselect them, these two, which is my logo and my stamp, or you can just go ahead and just select blocks with attributes only, because I know all my blocks that we just did has attributes. So this will be the next logical thing to select. And let us make sure everything is in there. Yes, everything is in there. Now I see my back panel. I did not add any attribute to my back panel. So let us go back into, matter of fact, let me just make our data extraction, and then we can go ahead and regenerate that. Okay, so since we have selected attributes in current drawing and blocks with attributes only. So let us see what disappears when we select this. Nothing actually. So objects currently in use only means that only blocks that you have inserted in your drawing, which is actually what you need. Then you will have a shorter list. And and here also you can select what information you want to sort by, so be filter by, so you want your scales, all kind of stuff what is in your drawing. We do not want anything else but our attributes, so only select attributes, and here you can see which category it is, just attributes. So which attributes do you want? I do not want date, and the date is coming from my title block, my drafts. As you can see, draft. I just want my description, no format, and my item, the price, and the rest you can just uncheck, or you can just right click and select uncheck all and only select what you really want. So in this tutorial, we will select description, item, and price. Click next. And now it will generate a list of all the items you have. As you can see, my back panel is not filled in, and my base cabinet 03 does not have a price, but we will fix that afterwards. Now you see my title block is also included. I do not want my title block included, so let's go right here and deselect title block. And look, much better. Title block is included, was excluded. Now we only have our tree that are within those blocks that I wanted to see anyways. So here we have the name of the block first of all, the count, how much blocks are in your drawing or in use, right here, the name of the block, description, item, and price. Now I do not want to see the name of the block. This is filled in automatically, so just take this off. You can also take off the count and combine here rows that are identical. Like right here, these are identical, so it will count it up as 2. If you deselect this, it will just make everything 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So it won't make much sense to even select the count if you just want to keep it all at 1. The amount is good to also see the amount. Now I want to sort it by, let's say, item. So I want to sort everything by item, and I want the item first and then the description and then the price is the most logical in my head um, order. Now I also want a total price. So you can just click right here to the top. No, first of all, I want to rename this one. So here we can see rename column. Right click and rename column. I want to call this one amount, item, sorry, other way around, the price, and also I want a total column. So right click on the top one and just select insert formula column. Now this one will be called total, and my formula would be my amount that I just did times my price, and that is it. Now what it will do, it will set a next column. As you can see, these are not filled in correctly, but we will go ahead and do that just now. And right here we will format that column also. Edit formula column, let's see, I want to format it. Now I also want a sum, by the way, sorry, and also a sum here. So insert. Now to insert a sum, you have to right click on the one you want to, the column you want to insert the sum to. This one right here, it won't work, as you can see, and this is not numbers, so it won't work either. So now since I have my column set right here, where is it? Insert formula, edit formula, remove formula, right here, set column data format. Now the format I want to do is currency. I would like let's just say euros. Where I'm from, we use euros, and the precision will be 001, and just press OK. And I would also, let's see if I can do this from here. No, I cannot. Additional formatting. You can here use decimal commas or thousands if you want, but I won't do that. And then here also I will want to format it, decimal, sorry, currency, also euros and decimals too, and that is it. So here you can see it is quite good. Now click next, and I want to insert the dots table into my drawing. I don't, you can also choose to do Excel if you want, or you can do both or just the table. I will choose the table. Now with your custom table or your styles within your drawing, you can then select a style, and of course the enter a title. Let us just say inventory or shopping list or lists. Keep it simple. That will be my title, and my headers are already preset, and just click next and finish. Now here you can just set your table wherever you want, and here you can see that my table is sorted by item as I wanted it to be. My total price here, you can just go ahead and merge these cells. I rather it merge. First of all, you would have to go here in your table cell and then unlock it, because it will be locked since it's a data generated from AutoCAD. And I would like to put this as grand total right here. And let's just set this to the middle right here. So it is next to each other. Now the next one I would like to do, select all of these and also set this to the right, and here also, sorry, set this to the right also, middle right. So everything will be nice and neat on one line. I would also want to my description. You can either leave it in the center, quite tricky. I rather it to be to the left. Sorry, not bottom left, but middle left. So everything will be nice and neat under each other. Now, as you can see here, we have one thing. This is a back panel. I remember now that I didn't set a name, and the base cabinet left also does not has a price. So let us just go into this one, and what is the price from the other one? It's 175. So let us just make this one also 175. It's the same size anyways. And my back panel, I forgot my back panel. Back panel 01. What is the other panel names? Where are my other panels? End panel, end panel. Okay, this one is a back panel then. Good. Make sure I don't have the same code. And also will make more sense. It won't tell you either that it has the same code. So this one is a back panel. Yeah, let's just keep it to back panel. The others cost, let's see, end panel costs 20 bucks. So let us just make this 40. Now the table won't generate automatically, but now you will go right here. Let us see right here. Where is it? My data linking. Or you can just go right here actually. And oh no, sorry. The easiest way is just by selecting it, right clicking, and then choose it, update table data link. And then you just update. Now, if we go back, and back one more, here you can see update table. So what it will remain to overwrite the contents or update all the cells. Let us just choose remain because we won't have to make this the same again. Now this is kind of messed up that it unmerged my cell and everything. So let us remerge this. And the height is, let me just copy paste. The height is kind of high, or you can leave it this way if you like. Oh, sorry. What is the height? My height is, cell height is this. So this also will be my cell height. Paste. So here we can see our end table with all of our products that are in this drawing, and also a grand total of 10,000 euros and 10,035 euros. So this is quite handy when you're doing your if you're doing a kitchen for yourself, if you're drawing kitchen for yourself or customer, then you could give them a total price. If I decide to remove a block, let's say for this tutorial sake, let us just say remove this block, and I will just select the table again, and of course my cell will unmerge again, so just be mindful of this. To do this always at the end. And here you can see that my total has gone down because my chairs are now out of my drawing. Let's just undo this. So that was it, guys. I hope you learned something about data linking. Is very handy, and this is just one part, data linking with attributes. You also have data linking with your visibilities, your solids, so it don't always have to be attributes. So I hope you learned something out of this tutorial. And of course you can now, if I go into my drawing, you can now add it to your drawing so that the customer would see. Let's see this one right here. The customer would see a total. Of course, make sure that your table is all the way out of your view, and you can add this total right here, or remove one of these views so that they can see the total, and then you will be more complete. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something, and I will see you next time on my next video. Bye for now, guys.